I feel like I've been doing that a lot lately. It's very frustrating.
She should probably be milking for
I know. I think it's because I'm just tired.
We've both been up since early again.
You guys, welcome back to Candidly with Coffee, where Jeanine messes up every single week.
Yeah, you've been messing up lately. But, you know, I'll say this. I'm not going to rag on you. Lack of sleep. Mm-hmm. We've been going hard. We've been getting up early, going hard, going to bed later because we're servicing clients. You're editing podcast. Business is crazy.
It's crazy right now. And you guys, we've literally started this freaking show and talked for 15 minutes and I hadn't hit record. Either I hadn't hit record or I knocked it because I moved this table and it kind of jolted a little bit. I don't know. But I keep doing that. This is like the third episode in a row that I've screwed up something technically. So,
hey, at least you're calling yourself out to the audience. Janine's not perfect, you guys. You hear that? Miss Jeanine over here. Mrs. Perfect, can't do no wrong. That's okay. You're human. It is what it is, man. You know?
Anyways, we're not throwing in the towel. We're here to still continue to talk about this episode.
Yes, we are.
And it is what it is. So let's talk about last night. We did an episode of Patreon, which is the show called Off Topic. If you guys have not at least given it one shot, listen, you can cancel and sign up and cancel as many times as you freaking want. It's only $7. And if you're interested just to see what it's like, sign up, check it out, because it's unfiltered, uncensored every Wednesday. And we talk about some crazy stuff. And just like it says, it's called Off Topic. We literally go off topic.
We said that last night. We always do. We'll start on one thing and then we start going to the left and to the right and all kinds of directions. It gets crazy. That's what I love about it, because it's not like there's no structure. We flow how we flow, and wherever it ends up, it ends up.
I never plan. I never have any idea what we're going to talk about. We sit down and we just kind of like start talking. It's amazing to me that you and we never run out of shit to talk about.
No. Even since we started this podcast, we really had no idea where the hell we were going. We just started talking.
Yeah.
And I got on you in the beginning. I was like, what are we going to talk about? A podcast, really, babe? What are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know. We're just going to talk. All right, well, whatever. You know, I had an bad attitude about it.
When we were dating, we talked a lot too, though, even when we didn't know each other that well. Like, we talked and talked and talked. I remember we would talk a lot, like on road trips and stuff. We would just talk, and I just felt like we always had so much to talk about. So, and some things never changed.
Could you imagine if we had a mic back then? Because we talked some good stuff.
I know.
A lot of times I wish we had like a tape recorder. Just about life, about everything. Stuff that people could relate to, you know?
Yeah, we would have the best conversations. And I think that's kind of how you always say, like, why did we start a podcast? A lot of it has to do with, haven't you ever, like, you had a group of friends and you have like a crazy weekend and your friends say, oh, wow, if this could be a show.
Oh, we've had many of those, like our Vegas weekends.
Yeah.
This could be a movie. If someone was filming us, for
Yeah.
sure. Oh, my God, that content would be fire.
I know.
I got pictures, but I don't have like...
But it's like that. So that's what I mean, though. It's like our conversations, just like people say, like, oh, this could be a show. When we would have conversations, I'm like, damn, this would make like a great podcast, you know?
Yeah, you're right.
Because I just feel like we have always been like that, where we talk and talk and talk. So Patreon is just perfect for us because it gives us another outlet to just talk some more.
Oh, we get shit off our shoulders, too. Like, if we really need to let loose about something, we'll let it off our shoulders. I know you will.
Yeah, that's where I vent. It's therapy for me. I literally just talk about anything and vent.
Isn't it funny you don't have to hire somebody to vent to? Because that's what a lot of people have to do. They have to hire like a therapist to vent to. You just vent to Patreon.
Because a lot of what therapy is just a release.
Yes.
Letting it out and just like letting it go.
Yep, that's it.
You know?
That's why the gym is my medicine, mental therapy, and hitting the bags.
Yeah.
That works for me.
All right, you guys, moving on to One Up Nutrition. I was getting ready to place my monthly order with One Up Nutrition, and I looked up protein powder, and sadly, peanut butter cookie is still sold out. But I'm going to let you guys know when it does come back in stock, because it is absolutely delicious. But they have the absolute best protein powders. They really do.
And I make the best PB&Js with their protein powder.
Yeah. But PB Cookie is currently out of stock. But some of my other favorites, actually birthday cake, I'm really enjoying.
Oh, yeah. I made a, what do you call it? Like what do you call that? Like a topping for my pancakes with it.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, I call it like protein frosting.
There you go. Like a frosting.
Explain how you make that.
So I just get a birthday cake, use Fairlife milk. Just mix it. Not too watery, just enough texture.
So it's kind of like a drizzly, syrupy.
Syrupy. So I already have a lot of protein in my pancakes from, how I make them, what people see. I put the ingredients up. Anyway, so that adds another, 25 grams of protein on top of, like, my pancakes already have 60 grams. That's 85 grams right off the rip. And it's all super, like, low calorie still. You still have a lot of calories left on the books. And you already knocked out a lot of protein. And it's filling. That's why I love it.
The key is if you can find delicious protein powders, which, trust me when I tell you, I tried a lot before I landed on 1UP Nutrition. I love 1UP Nutrition, and there's a couple of other brands I like, but most of the brands that I have tried, I think tasted disgusting. 1UP Nutrition tastes really good. And if you can fall in love with some protein powders, you can do some really cool things. Like, look, you did the PB paste, you did the pancake. You did the pancake thing, and then you just did a protein cereal.
Yes. I made the protein milk today. I used 2 servings, honey bunches of oats, which I used to eat cereal all the time. Remember that? But now I'm making it macro friendly because now, 2 servings of cereals for me is 320 calories. But how do I make up for that in protein? I just mix it with Fairlife milk, mix it with the powder, and I get like almost 40 grams right there of protein. Yeah,
and those protein cereals are disgusting. So rather than have a protein cereal, have the cereal that you love and figure out a way to add protein to it. That's the key.
Yes. I just thought you inspire me because I've seen you do things with it, and I'm like, what can I do what other stuff can I do? There's more things more kicks that I'm gonna go on. I envision this. I could be wrong. It could be not come out good, but I envision like us working with 1UP or you and telling them we need like a cheese flavored protein powder.
Yeah, you want something that's savory, not sweet.
Yes, like a spicy cheese. You know why? Because I want to make like a nacho, like for chips. My brain be thinking. You see?
Yeah, because why are protein powders always sweet version? How about like a savory where you can make sauces with it?
1UP Nutrition. If you're listening to us, take notes.
Yeah.
We're going to tell them that's going to be. We're going to get to them like, hey, we need a savory because you can make like sauces with it. You're right.
Dude, that would be game changer.
Yeah, because you can make like protein nachos. You can make a cheese sauce.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I was thinking like a cheese flavored protein powder and you make it real good and you make like a cheese sauce.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Man, come on. 1UP. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's collab.
That's such a good idea. All right, you guys. So if you want to try 1UP Nutrition protein powders, use my code Jeanine, gets you 20% off, and you will absolutely love them. The ISO ones are really good for cooking with, and they're easier on the stomach. They are lower in calorie, but I also like the traditional way as well. So give them a try, use my code, and you will not be disappointed. All right, let's talk about The Valley. So I'm loving The Valley lately. It is a new show on Bravo. It is one of the highest rated shows that Bravo has had in a while. It's kind of like a spinoff from Vanderpump Rules. We're not going to really talk about The Valley necessarily, but it just triggered me to think about some things because Jax and Brittany were having a conversation. Their marriage is kind of having a little bit of a rough patch. And she was complaining to him that she wants the romance back in their marriage. And it just made me laugh because I thought, wow, we have a successful marriage, but we are not romantic.
No, we're not.
In fact, you asked me last night, well, what does romance mean? What do you think romance means?
I thought taking you out to nice dinners. Buy you some flowers, which you absolutely hate, so I got to get you chocolates instead. I know not to buy you flowers. They'll go out in the trash.
I told him that if he bought me flowers, I would be freaking pissed. Romance for me, if it's going to be not flowers, it has to be edible. Something edible.
Also some like chocolates. Chocolates for sure. With a little weed in there? I'm joking.
Not that kind of edibles.
I'm joking.
What kind of chocolates would I want?
Seeds.
Seeds?
Seeds candy.
Oh, seeds.
Yeah, candy.
Seeds candy. What else? What else do you think I would like?
Bear Bells. Protein bars.
Yes, Bear Bells.
We just talked about how addicted those are, how good those are.
That's my love language. Last night I said, dude, oh, babe, I want a Bear Bells. You said, it's already on your bedside. I'm like, see, that to me is romance.
I know. You're a foodie. I already know. I've made you dinner before plenty of times.
Yeah, like busy. Food, like that's romance.
Babe,
to
let's
me.
go to the drive-thru.
Do you know what's so interesting? The first peanut butter and jelly sandwich I ever had in my entire life, because I used to not like peanut butter, was from you. You made me my very first peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
and got you hooked ever since.
I was hooked on
That's
you had me
crazy.
by the PB&J.
That's crazy because I felt like every American kid has had a PB&J. It's such a staple.
I just never thought I would like it. I never tried it.
Your
but
mother
I just
never
didn't
made
think,
that, huh?
No.
That's weird to me.
It was one of those things where I had like a mind block. Like I thought I didn't like it.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me? It's the
And
best
so
combination on earth.
You made me one. And I remember you made it on like this multi-grain bread.
Yes.
And you put the thickest layer of fucking peanut butter on that thing.
You gotta get your fats and proteins, girl.
And
You're so skinny.
that must have been like an 800 calorie PB&J.
Probably.
Were you trying to fat me up?
Probably. You probably would look too skinny, put some little muscle on you. I don't remember what kind of jam that I used. If it was sugar free or not back then.
Definitely not sugar free.
Oh man. It was good though, right?
You literally, that moment hooked me, and I am a peanut butter and jelly. Like it's on the top of my food list of peanut butter and jelly.
You always get them from MegaFit Meals too all the time.
I'm hooked.
And those are good. I asked you for one. You're like, no, Alyssa took it. I said, oh, shucks. She beat me to it.
And they're not, MegaFit doesn't have them right now.
What?
They took them off. They'll probably come back.
I make my own anyways. I got my bread.
Yeah.
You know me. I make those. I make some good ones.
But isn't that interesting that so for me, so it made me just think, the Valley just made me just think like, what is romance? And we had a conversation at dinner, and you asked me like, I don't know, well, what would be romantic? And I was like, I don't know, like rose petals and candles lit and all this bullshit. Like it's just not my thing.
Like I book a hotel in San Francisco and you come and there's like what do you call it? Like a heart full of rose petals, candles, a bunch of rose petals leading up to it. That romantic?
That's what romance is.
A lot of women love that, right?
They do, and that's okay.
You don't though.
But I don't.
No, so I don't do it either.
And you know, like what I tell you is like you know how sometimes women will say things just because they want to say things like, oh, I don't really need a gift, or I don't need flowers, or they just say it, but they don't really mean it.
Yeah.
When I say it, I freaking mean it to the core of my bones. It is not who I am. I do not need. I would be like, what the fuck is this shit? Rose petal? I gotta clean this shit up.
Yeah, somebody's cleaning this shit up. How are we gonna get down and dirty with rose petals everywhere?
So it's important, I guess, again, with your partner, just to be obviously.
But some people love that. You can't knock them. That's some people's love language.
That's what I'm saying. She's communicating it to him, and he's not getting it. He doesn't understand. He doesn't even understand love languages. Like I was listening to their podcast, and he doesn't even understand what love languages are. It is important to know what those things are. So they're at a crossroads. But here's the other thing that's interesting. They're at a crossroads, having a difficult time in their relationship. Their child has special needs, but yet she's complaining because he promised that they'd be starting to try for another baby. But he's like, wait a minute, we're like not doing the best. Our kid is struggling with speech. We're not in a good position to try for another baby. You know, people just don't make sense sometimes.
Maybe she just wants sex.
No, I think she really wants another baby.
Really? I don't know.
And she does want sex too, but she also wants another baby.
He's not feeling it though, huh?
He seems kind of checked out in that department. He's just focused on being a dad and the business.
You watch the show. Be honest, as a woman, how does she look? Is she sexy, her body, or she has a busted mom bod?
No, I think she's on her way. She's working on herself. She's on her way. Like she's losing weight.
She's not cute to me at all. I'm not trying to be a dick.
She's not your type, but she's not. You know what? She doesn't look the best on the Valley. She doesn't look the best because she had a procedure right before the show started filming, and she wasn't healed yet, so it makes her look like her face is in a permanent frown. But it's actually just because she had a procedure on her face. She looks good. She's actually a spokesperson for Jenny Craig, and she's like actively working on it. But she does feel that the changes that her body went through, that he's not attracted to her because of that, and she communicated that to him. But he says that's not what it is. I don't know.
Yeah, he's lying. Probably not feeling her no more. Happens. It just happens. You just ain't feeling your mate. You fall out of love somehow. Maybe it's not, being honest with her.
But
I don't know if he is. I don't know. I don't know what the dynamic is. He also could be having libido issues. I had libido issues, but I did something about it.
But you communicated it.
Yes, I did.
He's not saying, hey, you know what? It's just kind of, I'm having some issues. Let's figure this out. He's in his 40s, 45.
Yeah, I mean, father time creeps up on us, ladies. It just sucks. It's hard to talk about that, admit that, but you have to talk about that with your mate. So your mate's not wondering, like, is he getting it from somebody else? Because women seem to always think that we're getting it from someone else.
I do also think that you have to be careful and not just automatically divorce because you fall out of love with your mate, because I think that you go through periods of falling in and out of love.
Yeah, it's possible.
You know what I mean? You kind of like have, highs and lows in a relationship. And so it's not the best to go out on the low point.
No, you should fight for your relationship if it's worth fighting for, If there's something that's still there. If it's gone totally, then sometimes you got to cut it and go. That's just life.
Yeah, I have actually some tidbits on that I'd like to add, but I'm going to save it for the Patreon after show. All right. So, there's Jackson Brittany. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, there they are. They're on the show, The Valley. The Valley is absolutely the best show. I'm just loving it. Loving it. All right. Let's go ahead and get into some comment corner. I have Nadia, our good pal Nadia.
What's up, Nadia?
Big friend of show. She made a comment on the episode 511 with Ophelia.
Okay.
Thank you to Ophelia for sharing her story. She is so lovely. She was so honest and open about the good and the not so good. She's right. So often we are just set on autopilot. Love yourself better. Great words to live by. Thank you for this great episode, Jeanine. It was fun. It would be great to see her spa. I definitely would like to go experience her spa because the way she described the experience, she said she creates an experience.
I like that. I like. Hold on. Let's hold on what she just said. I like that. Love yourself better.
That's her motto.
Dope. I like that. Mm-hmm. I'm feeling that.
Me too. I love that. Cool. Like, love yourself better. That's the problem. We're not.
But that means taking care of yourself too. Not just love yourself all over. Like really respecting yourself.
That's what really love yourself better means to me and to her as well. That was her meaning of it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, you guys, MegaFit Meals. Let's chat about MegaFit Meals. So my household is so happy because I sent them a text and said everyone can, if they're in the freezer, they are free game. Grab yourself. But if they're in the fridge, they're hands off. So go grab yourself what you want and put it in the fridge. And what is your favorite MegaFit Meals? That's what I want to know so far.
Ooh, that filet tortellini was good. But my favorite, if I'm being honest, I had it yesterday. I got probably those bison sliders.
I have not had the bison sliders.
My God, they're good.
Really? You know what? The
meat is so tender. You should high reheat it. The meat is so tender. It's good. It's like I would order that at a restaurant.
Several people have told me the buffalo chicken quesadilla is to die for, and it's like 65 grams of protein. I have not tried it yet.
Why haven't you ordered it?
I don't know.
Girl, order that. I want to try that all day. Quesadilla, you kidding me? 65 grams of protein?
Yeah.
Smash that all day with some protein chips.
I know. I don't know why I have not tried that. I'm dumb. Sometimes I just skip over them. I have no idea. But you know which one I have to say I'm loving is the pizza. I rediscovered my love of the pizza one. I really do love the pizza. If you put it in the toaster oven, and then when you don't eat it right when you bring it out, you let it cool, and then it gets crunchy. Like it gets more, instead of soggy, because cauliflower pizza can tend to be soggy.
Yes.
It reforms when you kind of let it cool a little bit. And the flavor of it is just delicious. Like it really is very good.
How's that chicken fried rice? Because it smelled really good when you were making it. I got it this time.
I got it again too. I got an extra one because I knew you were going to want to try it. Excellent. So delicious.
It smelled good.
Really, really good. I loved it. So
I'm telling you guys, and not trying to fluff it up or nothing. And we tried many meal prep companies. We had friends who were in the business, and these people were hit. There's not too many meals I haven't had a bad experience with.
Nope. And let me just put it out there. If you are our client, a one-on-one client, or actually even my challenge client, then you can easily log any one of the MegaFit meals, because I put all of the MegaFit meals into our tracker so that people don't have to manually create a custom meal. They can just go, oh, chicken fried rice, boop, logged.
Easy.
So
Done.
Easy.
You made it simple. You
I made it
simplified
so freaking, I made it too easy.
I know you did.
Too easy.
When people fail at this, tracking macros or trying to lose weight, their journey, is because it's on them. They're lazy. They're not. Yeah. They still choose to eat out or choose away.
Yeah.
You made it easy.
Because, I mean, the tools are there. The tools are there.
They're all there.
The mental guidance we give people is there.
Yes.
The mindset guidance. The dedication to you is there.
Yes.
I 1000% am so confident in what we provide to our clients.
And listen, check this out, you guys. Probably, I don't know, this week, we're going to Miami next week. So probably soon after Miami, we'll probably get back to like, watch, we'll start going through drive-thrus, Taco Bells. We'll show you what you could eat. Like you could eat and be okay. Because people have in their head like, there's no way I could eat out. Yes, you could. And
but I put that in the app too. And in fact, I was doing it.
did you find the old ones?
I have them all, but I didn't put them all in the app
Yeah.
yet. But the ones that I have so far in the app, like I was having a client live earlier, and one of my clients is like, I keep eating that Chick-fil-A meal you have in the app. I've been eating that, and I love it. It's so good.
That's one of my go-tos, Chick-fil-A. I'll do like because I obviously have more macros than you do.
Yeah.
I'll do the sandwich, plain, maybe with cheese, and then I'll do like a 10-piece nuggets, plain. So I get a lot of protein right there.
Yeah.
If I'm in a hurry. That's one of them.
Yeah. But back on the MegaFit Meals, you guys, the link is down in the description. I work with them. I love them. I'm an ambassador for MegaFit Meals. I do have a discount code. If you have not tried them yet, send me a DM and just ask me for the MegaFit code and I'll give it to you. Or you can send me an email and I will gladly share that code with you. But you will not be disappointed. They're delicious and we love them
and don't be
our
afraid
house.
and don't be afraid to ask her which ones she thinks are good too if you need recommendations. I think some people don't know, but we just told you which ones we love.
All right, so I am sharing. We posted these face-to-face Friday pics.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And it, on this last week or a week ago or whatever, and it just made me realize, like, you know what? I want to talk a little bit more about the process of our journeys because sometimes we do these quick pictures, and I see a lot of times people will say like, "How long? How long? Like, how long did that take?"
They want us to respond back, only took a year. No. You know what I'm saying?
It's such a like...
I put the difference in years. Obviously, mine's is 12 years apart.
I know, but it didn't take 12 years.
No,
it's
it didn't
kind of
take
like
12
that
years.
question is so strange to me. Why is that
is.
the first question people ask?
Yes.
How long? Like, why does that matter?
How did you do it? That's what you should be asking. How did you do it? What did you do? How did you do it? You're asking the wrong question.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to start answering that back. You're asking the wrong question. Think about it. Ask the question all over again. I'm going to quiz them.
Yeah, like, how did you do it? Why did you do it?
Yes.
How can I do it?
There you go.
Help me do it.
There you go.
Those are the things that you should be asking.
Yes.
Because I could say, I mean, my picture is like 26 years between photos. You know, but it didn't take me 26 years to transform. But the transformation and the knowledge I have is 26 years worth of knowledge.
Of course.
In transforming, maintaining, learning the different methods over the years that worked for me. But it's not been that it took 26 years. But I think people focus on why does that matter?
Because they want the magic answer.
They want the fastest.
Everybody wants to sprint. You cannot sprint. Let me tell you guys, sprinting does not work when it comes to this stuff. You got to play the long game, the slow game. It sucks. It's tedious. Yes, it's boring sometimes. You got to do the same shit over and over and over and over. But guess what? If it's working, it's not insanity. It's working. That's just the way it goes. To get to your journey, you have to do it. You know, that's just the only way. But people, we're in 2024 and everything's DoorDash, instant this, instant that. You click your phone, you find a movie quick. Everything's too fast. We had to work for it. We had to walk down to the video store to rent a movie. You don't have to do it no more. You don't have to leave your goddamn couch to get food anymore. Just do. So that's the era we're in. So that's why people want things so quick.
You look almost cartoonish in the after picture, like because your waist looks small, your arms look big.
And that's what, about 12 years in between, you think?
I don't know, but what does it matter?
No, it doesn't matter. I was just asking the picture.
You know what I mean? But what's the point of your... I'm really actually asking you, what's the point of the question?
Really, it's just it matters because I look better. I'm way older and I was a lot younger.
Oh, yeah. You were in your 30s, like 37.
See, the difference between me and you is that's a lot of alcohol bloat right there.
That's a lot of body fat, babe.
And alcohol. Tons of alcohol. I drank a lot back then too. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but in mine,
I ate like shit.
You made a comment on my picture when you saw me post that, and you said like that's, and you were smiling, you know. But I was not smiling inside. Let me tell you,
it was a pretend smile.
That was a pretend smile, like a mofo.
Camera.
I was so unhappy. I had the baby blues a little bit. Cute little Tyler though in my hands.
Yeah, but
I was just so like, I look at myself and I just think like, God, I thought I felt so defeated. I remember this day because I sat on the edge of the bed and I was like getting dressed and I looked down and I saw these purple stretch marks go down literally to my ankles. My stretch marks, they were the deepest ones weren't down on my lower part of my leg, so they're very, you can barely see them now, but it looked like Freddy Krueger with his knife hands had just like ripped my legs apart and my stomach and everything. And I just thought, man, I guess I'm a mom now. That's what I told myself. I guess this is it. This is it for me. Throwing in the towel.
Damn. See? And I think a lot of women are feeling defeated like you felt.
Oh, I felt so defeated.
But here it is, though. 2024. There's a solution to the problem. Major. You, us, everything. Information. We're in the age of information.
Yeah.
You don't have to tap out no more. You don't have to like give in. That's bullshit. I think people just give up mentally. You don't have to. You could level yourself up. Now, you see 50 and 60 and sometimes 70-year-old women like, holy shit. They look better now than they did when they were younger because they flipped a switch in their mind. They work out. They eat good. They just said, I'm not going to fucking bow down to society standards.
You know what? Like, and back then, there was no internet. There's no internet here at this time. It's barely just the World Wide Web started, and it was a dial-up, and it was a lot of money, and we didn't have it, and it was like AOL, but it was like $4 an hour or something crazy. But I was trying to think, like, where did I get my like drive and motivation back then? I remember I would look at the covers of like the fitness magazines. There was this girl that she had short blonde hair and she was super fit. And I looked at her, I'm like, man, like I want a body that looks like that. Do you remember who it was? She had short blonde hair.
It kind of is coming
like
to me a little bit.
Was her last name like something Egan?
I wish I could pull it up.
I'm going to see. I'm going to look.
But you know what's crazy is you found inspiration in that, right? So I did I did similar things to you. I found inspiration in the bodybuilding magazines. Looking at all the bodybuilders, the jacked dudes. I was like, I want to be fucking jacked. And then, of course, my inspiration was all the TV, all the actors, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Van Damme. I was like, fuck, these guys look good. I want to look like that. So I didn't want to be average. For me, the motivating factor was I wanted a pretty girl. I wanted to make sure I get to choose, not be chosen. That was one of my motivators back then. I'll be honest with you. I wanted girls to notice me. So I wanted to make myself stand out. What do? Get jacked.
What was your motivation? Because people ask that a lot. They try to.
This as a kid.
Because yeah, I know. But motivation, that's not what's going to get you to the dance at all.
Nope.
But it does help light the fire initially, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what would you say? Because you've had a lot of little transformations, right?
Yes,
I know what some of them, what triggered some of them. But this last one that you had, like what triggered? Because to be honest, when I think back, it kind of came out of nowhere for me. I don't remember. It just kind of came out of nowhere. You're like, hey, I want you to teach me macros. So I don't know. I have no idea. What was it? Like, really tell me, like, what triggered the last one?
Wes Watson. He talked about macros, and he said, create the man you admire and give him to the world. And it hit me deep, like, he's right. There's another level. And I started thinking in my head, like, there's another level that I haven't tapped into. And then I seen you and Alyssa doing it, and I seen her making her food, and I was kind of intrigued, like, how does she eat cereal and staying that lean? It was blowing me away, like.
And pasta and stuff.
I was intrigued, like, is she supposed to be eating that? I had the old mentality.
You asked me. You even asked me that. You're like, hey, has her coaches letting her eat that? I'm like, yeah, it's macros.
I didn't understand it. I was just lazy. I think I was telling you, it's too much work at first. I had the blinders. And then one day I was like, I want to flip myself. There's another level. And I kept hearing that dude, Wes. I kept following him. I said, fuck this.
And you're literally
I was tempted to reach out to him for coaching. No, truth be told.
But you're literally sitting next to me who does macros for a living, who we do a podcast together. I talk about macros ad nauseum. And it just took you, that just goes to show you and tell you.
There's a lot of pride and ego in men. And I have to ask my wife, a woman versus a man. As a male, you'd rather get help from a male.
But I mean, it just goes to show that you could have all the resources, whether you have to pay for them or not, because you had me free, a resource.
Yes.
But it didn't do you any good until you were ready.
Yeah, just something clicked.
You have to have that click moment.
I wanted to change. I wanted to see what level I could hit, And I said, I'm going to ask you for help. I'm going to suck it up.
Yeah, and I think, that's why I wanted to bring it up. Just curious because... I have some people that, what's going to take? Like, what is it going to take?
Yeah.
For it to click for some people,
I know.
Oh shit! Tyler went to the taco throwdown.
He did? Oh, shit.
He said you sent a spy. He said you sent a spy on me.
Yes. Make sure you're doing good. We're talking about our stepson, and he just pulled up on my climb, Mauricio Mejia. Make sure he's not doing nothing bad.
Isn't that funny? Yeah. He's like, you sent a spy.
That's hilarious. Hey, I was wondering today, and not to get off topic, because I'm just going to put it out there, because we're having some beautiful, lovely, delicious sandwiches from Little Luca. I noticed it was only 2 sandwiches for me and you. I was like, Tyler didn't ask for a sandwich.
He must have went with a friend to that, because if he would have for sure.
Yes,
Listen,
yes.
he's so spoiled
He's
because
spoiled.
we go out on cheat day and I never leave him behind.
No,
I never.
You never do.
You know, I
You look
never.
out for that
I will
kid.
always like check and to see if he wants something or whatever. He's 26.
He's not a kid. He's a man. But still, yeah, like we'll go to the burger joint like we did last week.
Yeah, but he works with us, you guys. Well, he's part of
He
the
does
business.
a lot of work for us. Of course, he does a lot of work for
So
us.
he's the editing, podcast production, lots of
does a
stuff
lot.
with the workout programs and stuff. He's big involved in our business.
Yes.
But
But
it's just
as
funny.
a mama, you always look out for your
I
son.
do.
That's
I
just
do.
that's just your nature. Just like your mother did for you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's crazy is I came across a picture of my mom from when she was Tyler's age. She was
Yeah.
29 in that picture.
It's
Tyler's
crazy.
26. Tyler and my mom are literally the spitting image of each other. Like, it's crazy.
Spitting image.
But
Eyes
why
and all.
is it that I didn't realize the resemblance until she was gone?
I don't know.
Isn't that weird? It's like, did her soul go into him and just like fucking change his appearance or something?
Weird, huh? Because you show me a
It's-
picture, I'm like, fuck, she looks like your son.
Yeah.
He looks like her.
Yeah.
How's that possible? He came from you.
I know.
And he has a dad that's not part of your DNA. You know what I'm saying? But
It's just weird. I don't know. It's just so crazy. But yeah, so these pictures, you guys, it just made me really just want to talk, openly today about how you get that drive. Like where do you get that feeling so that you can start pursuing this version of yourself that you need to tap into?
it takes the dude I just had on my podcast, Gas Money. Shout out Gas Money. He says you have to sometimes hit rock bottom, and then you ask for help. You throw your hands up in the air, like religious or not, like God or the universe, please, I need your help. I need guidance. Something happens. Something clicks. Mm-hmm. I just kept hearing that dude Wes Watson's message, and then he was talking about macros a lot. And then that same message that's still stuck to this day, years later, create the man you admire and give him to the world. I said I fucking like that. Mm-hmm. Because he's right. Create the person. You can just say the person you admire.
Yeah, the person.
And give them the admire. And another thing is you've always represented me well. Not that I've asked you to. You just like, you know what? I want to represent my wife well. I want to level up and look good. And I'm doing it for me, but also I want you to be proud. Like, damn, my husband. He's fucking doing this. Because it ain't easy. It's easy to eat shitty and eat bad food. It's not. It takes discipline. I just wanted a different level of discipline. Then I started going to bed earlier, getting up earlier. And cold showers. I was already probably doing cold showers before I did the macros, right?
Yes.
So I was already
You
kinda-
started that
see?
in December, and you started doing the
This will be year
macros in
2.
March.
So see, I was already on my way to hitting a different level. Mm-hmm. Something challenging, going to bed early, getting up early. It's steps that I was taking. Kind of we tell people, take steps. Don't do 5 things at once. What are you doing? Let's see what you're doing wrong. Let's work on your insecurities and your weaknesses. Forget your strengths. Let's work on your insecurities.
Yeah.
And your weaknesses. What are your weaknesses?
Yeah, focus on your weaknesses, not your strengths. I think that's a big mistake people make sometimes. They focus on, I'm really good at lifting weights. Okay, then we're not going to focus on that.
No,
We're going to
no.
focus on this.
Yeah, but my eating is bad.
Yeah.
Or I suck at public speaking. Well, practice public speaking, Jeanine, like you did. You used to be terrible. I remember you were petrified. You're going to go speak somewhere. And I said, you got this, baby. Just practice and do it. And now it's nothing. You'll do it easily. Probably even get on the podcast or camera. You probably were a little nervous at first. Now it's
course.
nothing. It's easy.
You have to get consistent with the things that you're not good at.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. And at first, I get it. What is tracking macros? What is weighing food? One thing at a time. The more you practice it, the better you get. It will become autopilot. Everything you do becomes autopilot. I just said it on that podcast that I just did. I didn't like fucking talking on the phone, the camera. I'm a talker person. I could talk all day. But actually filming videos and me talking, creating content, that was a little weird for me. I wasn't used to that. I didn't want to sound scripted or fake. Now I just try to speak from the heart.
Yeah, it took a while. It took some time. I remember you kind of get frustrated with me from when I was like filming you and I would give you pointers and you just get freaking irritated.
I know. I'm a hard person to deal with.
But just like with anything,
Oh yeah, because we were doing food videos and stuff, and I just felt like I sucked. So I was already put in my head that. But you know what? It's like, because I watch you do it, and you seem so like fluid and flow and easy. You flow with it.
Yeah.
And me, I don't flow with it. But it's getting better now.
Because with anything, you have to do it. If you suck at it, that means you have to do it more and more and more.
You got to go through the suck.
Yeah.
Like Joe Rogan says, you got to go through the suck. Like the cold showers. Like, how do you do it, Mike? I just do it. There's no how do you do it. I just get in there. It sucks. I tell myself, are you ready? Let's go.
Yeah, and anything new. So like if we have a new, if we have new clients or whatever, and like the first time you look at the app, you're gonna get that stomach feeling in your stomach, like, oh, I don't want to learn this.
Yes.
If you get that feeling, that means you're doing the right thing because you're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone.
Yes, exactly. Push yourself out of your comfort zone. Even me, I was like, a laptop? Do I really want to open them can of worms with a laptop? Now it means I'm gonna have to learn some stuff. Mm-hmm. I ain't learned everything yet, but I've gotten better. I've improved, Even you taught me the app. You're like, oh, you don't have to learn this app, babe. I'm like, all right, well, let's go. I'm receptive now to everything. I just want to learn. I want to get better. Because there's no excuses not to learn. You learn as a baby. You learn as a kid. You learn from crawling to walking to run. And then you fall down 1,000 times. You get up and you keep doing it.
Yeah.
So guess what? I'm going to fail forward. I like what you say. Fail forward.
Yeah, you got
Who
and
cares if
I
you
feel
fail?
it. And I think people sometimes like it sounds like we tend to be like up on our soapboxes, always telling people. But I want to let you guys know, we go through it too. Like
Yes,
we
we do.
just transitioned our clients to a new platform.
Yes.
When I first opened up the platform, I remember I came out to you and I'm like, this is a project. I remember I told you, I'm like, this is a project. Right away, I got a stomach ache. And I thought, why am I doing this? I'm already comfortable over here. And then I had to freaking stop myself and be like, hold up. This is the shit I tell my clients all the time. Like, you got to push through being uncomfortable. If you're uncomfortable, it means you're on the right path.
Yep.
Just because it's a different subject matter or because it's something else, it still applies. It still applies.
Yes.
And the same thing I told myself is just like I tell my clients when they first start tracking macros, at first it feels so foreign, but before long, with some practice, you will never remember not having known it and you'll become like a pro and it'll be fun.
Dude, it's like learning your ABCs. I swear on everything. I say it's like learning basic ass math. We laugh now because we know it's so good. And I hear coaches talk about it. Dude, this is so fucking simple. It's funny, but people make it so complicated. Yes, because they overwhelm themselves.
Yeah, but my point was that just like that, I had to tell myself that I'll just copy and paste that same mentality to this project.
Yeah.
And that is what people need to learn. Listen, think about this for a minute. What is it in your life right now that you're good at? What are you really good at? Think about it. Why are you good at that thing? How have you applied yourself?
That's true.
What have you done? What are those same things, concepts that you've applied to this thing to make you good at it? Can you apply those concepts to something that's foreign to you right now and see if those concepts will work? Because a lot of times it's just copy and paste it to something totally different.
Yeah, I just talked to one of my new clients, and he's an HVAC. And I go, do you remember when you heard how to learn HVAC? You think you knew it all in the beginning? There's probably a lot like, oh my goodness, I got to learn this, and that, this, and that. It's not easy. You got to learn some mathematics in there to do HVAC. Guess what? Fast forward to 10, 15 years you've been doing it now. It's nothing. It's autopilot. It's kids play. But if I try to go do it, you probably tell me like, Mike, you got to do this, and that. I'm like, shit, I don't know how to do any of that.
Yeah,
but
your stomach will be upset.
I'll be like nervous. And everything, any new job you get, anything you learn, but after a while you're like, oh, this ain't as bad as I thought it was because you learn it. Same thing with tracking macros. Just got to be open-minded to it. Stop saying I can't.
Or not just tracking macros, but just in general applying yourself to a healthy lifestyle. But it's because it's not if. I know we talk a lot about macros, but it's not about just macros.
No, it's not.
Okay, that's the easy part, to be honest.
It is.
But it's applying yourself to this that's new to you in the same way that you've been successful in other areas of your life, because surely you're good at something. There's something that you're really good at. You're a good baker. You're good. If you could bake cookies, you could track macros.
Hello, there's a recipe to baking cookies. There's a recipe to everything in life. Everything has a recipe. Everything has a blueprint. What we say that we have the blueprint. There's a blueprint to everything. Copy paste. Just follow the blueprint.
But it's also, and like I said, it's not just about tracking macros.
No.
But it's about
That's a piece
applying
of it.
that same mentality, that same like, okay, so I don't know anything about this right now. But little by little, I will learn. I will be consistent with it. I will apply what I learn. I will get better. I will ask questions. Why? Because I have an end goal. It's all the same thing. You're just copying and paste a mentality to something else. So when you are looking at the top of the mountain from the bottom, don't pay attention to the top of the mountain. It's far away. You can't see it yet. Pay attention to just what's right in front of you and work on that, and then you climb the mountain slowly.
That's a good way of putting it.
You know, because I think, like I said, they look at our picture and like, how long? Well, don't worry about that, because you're not worried about getting to the after picture. You're just worrying to get 1% better than you were the day before.
That's the problem. Is people see like the results, but like there's steps you have to master to get to those results. It just didn't happen overnight.
No,
that's not how long. That's not the right question.
Yeah. So, but you have to want it. You have to figure out what is it, that's gonna. Why do you want it? You have to figure out where do you want to. What is it that you want to be? I know we're like a broken record, but it's important to really think about it. What do you want to be, and where do you want to go?
Yeah. What's your 10.0 self of you? Look at what's.
That's what Gas Money says.
I like that.
Yeah.
What is your 10.0 self of you? 10.0. You're not now, but what is it? And then where do you see yourself going? Like you said, man, you got to. If you envision it and manifest it and put the work in it, it comes to fruition. That's what I did notice in life.
It's true.
I swear that works. But it's not just going to fall in your lap. You're not going to just be sitting there praying for it and sitting on your couch like, please give me this dream body, or give me this promotion at work, or please bless me with a lot of money. No, you got to work for it, man.
I've always been really good at like manifesting, and I remember there were times, because you've always been like skeptical, just not skeptical about manifesting, but skeptical about believing things sometimes. Like if I would say like, oh, I manifested this, I didn't really believe that you believed me that I really manifested something. So what I started to do a few years back is, when I have strong visions, I share them with you. I share them with you because I want to prove to you that my manifestations do come true. I used to keep them private. I never shared them with anybody.
Yeah.
But so now that I share a lot with you, can you attest to the fact that a lot of the things that I say truly do come true? Yeah,
it's weird. It's kind of freaky, actually. I mean, look, we're going to a One-Up Nutrition Mansion pool party. You were like, watch this, babe. One of these years, I'm going to be like one of the top ambassadors. We're going to go there.
Yeah.
And it came true out of nowhere.
Yeah, like little things too. Like a while back, I had told my son, this was a while back before we moved into this studio, before I even ever met Mauricio. I said, hey, what do you think about like producing our podcast? Like learning like the back end of like, getting, your tech savvy stuff and learning camera work and all of that stuff. And he said, no, that's not in my wheelhouse. That's what he said. He was, I can't see what did he do? He probably felt a little nervous about that. Like, I don't know how to do that.
He was in his comfortable place of life.
I don't know how to do that. I feel uncomfortable.
Of course you don't know how to do it. You learn.
But I was like, well, I don't know. I can just kind of see. I just kind of feel that, like, you're going to end up doing that for me one day. And he's like, I don't see that at all. It hasn't been that long, you guys. It has not been that long.
That's true.
It is this. I think I had this conversation with him maybe last September. It's been less than a year. And he is full blown, not only producing your show, Mauricio's show, another show. He just got picked up on another show that he's producing, fully producing. So it just goes to show you, because I remember I told him that day, and I said, just because it's not in your wheelhouse, put it in your wheelhouse. You think it's in my wheelhouse? I'm going to put that shit in my wheelhouse.
Yes, that's so true. I like what you've said too in the past, like, make yourself valuable in life. Create value in yourself. Now he has value. He has a skill that a lot of people don't have. Yeah. Be able to do that.
That is actually something I think I heard someone, a business person, maybe it was at Aspire or something. They're like, in this day and age, we have the ability to become skilled in something. So if you're lacking self-confidence, or you want to change your life, or you want to change careers or whatever, learn a skill, hone a skill, go online. There's like master classes you can purchase and things like, find some skill that you're passionate about and learn it and make yourself valuable.
True.
You're going to build confidence that way.
Yes.
So important.
Big confidence.
But yeah, but back on the manifestation, but that's kind of like, I do that. I do that a lot. I kind of decide, I sit and think about things and I think, okay, yeah, like I can see this. I kind of decide where I want to go or where, and I try to plant seeds for other people too. You, Alyssa, Tyler, I've always done that.
You
kind of
did
planted
that.
the
You-
seeds.
You got her to compete.
Yeah. I plant little seeds and to see if I can get that vision in their head, and, I even told Tyler, I'm like, I can see you being amazing at that. Like, I know your personality. I know you're a back a house kind of guy. You want to be low key, whatever. And I said, I know that if you start, you're going to be very good. You'll excel past me in no time.
That's what you told him. He's like, no, he didn't think so.
But look at him.
I was like, why not?
Yeah.
She's telling you, yes, you could. Why not?
Yeah.
Why put a cap on yourself? That's everybody puts a cap on themselves.
On everything, including...
I can't look like her. I can't look like him. I can't be rich or successful. Why not? What do you think? They're special? Like,
Yeah, they're not.
God just said, here, I'm going to choose you and give you all the gifts. And I always say this, me and you don't possess no special genetics at all. What we possess is a strong mindset and work ethic. And you're an executor. I've gotten better. I was a procrastinator, overthinker. I have great ideas. I'm a hard worker. I do have work ethic, but I fail to execute on some things. Mm-hmm. I hold myself back. I'm not doing that no more. Mm-hmm. And even in my own body, I used to hold myself back. Like, I'm good. This is just kind of where I can get to. But hell no, I'm pushing myself to limits I never thought of.
It's a mindset shift. So just like Tyler thought that wasn't in his wheelhouse, I think a lot of people think that shredded body, that's not in my wheelhouse. I don't have that ability. I don't have the genetics, the DNA, the that.
That's all fake. That's all fake news. Like
It's
Donald
what
Trump
you're
says.
telling yourself.
That's what you're telling yourself. That's furthest from the truth. If somebody told you right now when you're younger,
that
ugly
picture,
and showed you the future, Jeanine, like, look, girl, don't trip. That's what you're going to look like at this age. You were like, no, that's impossible. No way I could do that. Trust me, you're going to look way better. You're going to be a lot older and look way better than this.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't have believed it.
I know.
Because you had the blinders on.
Yeah.
People, for some reason, can't believe it.
You got to take the blinders off.
You have to.
And you have to believe and be willing to go through the suck and be uncomfortable for a while and, have to learn and fail forward and all those buzzwords.
Yes. Look at yourself in the mirror every day and tell yourself, I believe, I can. Just talk to yourself. Get a journal. My boy Gasman says, write your thoughts down.
Yeah,
journal your stuff.
And stop talking negatively to yourself because that is a mess.
Start talking positive like I am. There's a beast inside of me that wants to come out. Like the Monster Energy drink logo, Unleash the Beast. Yeah. Unleash the Beast. The beast is in all of us, but people got it all caged up. They don't want to unleash the beast. Let that thing out. It wants to come out. Yeah. You're holding yourself back.
Fear of failure.
Yes. Got to get over that. Mm-hmm. I used to have a lot of fear of a lot of things. Failure. Talking to a girl and getting rejected. That was a fear of mine. Just stupid little things. Like, you know what? Once you kind of let go of the fear, and you say, you know what? I don't give a fuck. I swear to God, life gets easier. I don't care what people think about me talking on camera. Oh, look at this dude. He's thinking, I don't give a shit what you think because I'm only going to get better and better and better at home. And guess what? I might not be good now, but watch me a year. Watch me a year two. Watch me a year three. Watch this. Watch what I can do. I know what I can do. And I told myself, I got to remind myself who I am. Yeah. I forgot. Sometimes you got to remind yourself, who are you?
Yeah, and then I think you hit roadblocks and little bumps in the road sometimes and you get derailed temporarily. And even for me, like I'll have to remind myself, like, no, you know what? I'll figure this out. I'll figure it out.
You do. You say that.
Somehow, some way,
and I always have faith in you because you always say that, and you do. Something happens. It could be something financial, something personal, something. You always say, we'll figure this out.
Yeah, because what else are you going to do? Like, you have to figure it out.
Hide under a rock and pretend it's not going to figure itself out.
You have to figure it out. The things are not always roses and butterflies and all of that, but
it's not.
You have to push through to get to the other side. That's the only way.
That's it.
Can't go around it. Can't stop. Can't hide under a rock, like you said. Nope. You got to keep pushing forward.
Yeah, truck ahead.
All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to go enjoy my sandwich. I'm hungry.
The fat girl's coming out.
The fat girl is coming out. So
fat boy too.
We'll see you guys.
See ya.